Hey guys, Miss Chris again. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Buff Beauty Academy. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Of course, I want to know what you want to see. And then you can follow us on all of our social platforms at Buff Beauty Academy NC for Instagram, and on the rest, we're just Buff Beauty Academy. Welcome back. Today, I want to cover, okay, now you've got your license. We talked about that. Now you have a job, and guess what? Now your first client is coming, your first paid client. Oh my God, I know you are so nervous. However, I got you. Let me walk you through some things that you need to do and things you need to say for not just protect yourself and protect your client, but also for client engagement. Remember, you are the professional. There are a lot of clients that have been getting their nails done for years and years and years, and they're going to come and they're going to try to tell you like, hey, this is how you do this. And remember, you are the professional. You are the person that they're coming to, that is licensed, that they're entrusting with their nail care. So you always want to make sure you're doing everything above board and clean and, you know, just the way it's supposed to be. Remember, a lot of the information that I'm giving you is based on North Carolina and of course probably South Carolina as well, but a lot of it is also very general and it can be applied in any state, in any city, any continent, just really trying to give you information how to engage with your client. So let's get into this right away. So, okay, your first client has already called and booked with you. Guess what? That already starts the consultation phase. So the first phase of engagement for me would be the consultation. Sometimes if they reached out to you on Instagram or Facebook or on your socials, they're going to say, hopefully they will say, hello, I'd like to schedule an appointment. Sometimes they don't. They just be like, how much is this? So always prepare yourself for that. So you want to engage with them. Always, you say hello, regardless of whether they say hello or not. You say hello, and then you start the engagement and the consultation. So they may send you a picture and say, hey, I would like to book this with you. If they're doing this online, in my experience, I always said, can you send me a picture of your nails? I always ask them if they have nails on, and I ask to see a picture of their hands because sometimes people have nail disorders and diseases that will prevent you from doing work on them. So you want to kind of get that out of the way if it's a way for you to be able to do that. And like I said, if they reached out to you on social or they text you or something, that's an easy way to get that out the way right in the beginning. But if not, let's just say they were a walk-in. All right, so they're gonna walk in. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna greet them. So for me, what that looks like is, hi, I'm Chris, your name is, and then they'll say their name, and then you'll ask them, what are you here for today? They'll tell you what they're here for. In your mind, I want you to start formulating like how long this is going to take, what products you need to use. You need to be engaged with that client. You need to be making eye contact. You don't want to extend your hand, especially before they wash their hands, because they may have something, going on, and you don't want to do that. So of course, like I said, the first thing you want to do is you want to greet your client. Then you want to ask them about what service they want to have. So you're going to assess their needs. You're going to ask them like, hey, can I see your hands? And they're going to stick their hands out. There's a way to do it so that a person doesn't feel like you're like, oh my God, I can't do that. So you just, oh, may I see your hands? They show you their hands. You're just kind of looking them over. You're making sure there's no inflamed, swollen, broken, red skin, no bleeding, no cuts or wounds that would prevent you from doing services on them. It's not, okay, great, let's go to the next step. The next step is, so tell me what you would like. This is you getting to know your client. This is part of building the relationship. A lot of salons, they suffer because they don't build relationships. A lot of nail professionals suffer because they just want to do the nails and they don't want to build a relationship, and then they wonder why people don't rebook with them. You are always, like I said before, you are the professional. So from the very beginning to the end, you're going to be educating them, you're going to be engaging with them, you're going to be making them feel like they're very special. Remember, like, nails is a luxury. People don't have to do it, and there are so many people that offer this service that you want to set yourself apart from everyone else. So let's get back into this consultation. So you're going to assess their nails. You're going to ask them what type of service they want to have done. You're going to ask them what shape they like, what their favorite color is, if they have a special event that they're going to. This is before you even start washing your hands, because you need to know what you're getting into, right? And you also need to know if this is something that you can do. So if they say, I want long sculpted with encapsulation, you know you can't do that. Before you even have them sit at your station, if you know that, you can say, hey, that's not something that I can do. And I want you to be real honest about that. Like if it's something that you cannot do, I want you to tell the client up front that you can't do that. And then that way there won't be an expectation of you giving them this crazy set, and this is your first time actually doing someone, right? All right, so we've done that. We've talked to them about their favorite color. The other really important thing you want to ask them is, what is their work lifestyle, or what is their home lifestyle? Meaning, like, what type of work do you do? If you work at the airport and you're throwing bags all day, of course you're not going to encourage someone to get a set of extra long 3XL nails, because you know that they're going to break and then they're going to be coming back to you. So you have to ask these questions. It may seem like you're trying to pry a little bit, but really you're just trying to set the right expectation for your client and protect yourself. So you're going to ask them, okay, well, what kind of work do you do? Do you wear gloves when you're at home cleaning? This, that, and the other. If they say something that is against what they're asking, then you need to go back to square one and say, okay, well, based on the things that you've said, I don't think that this would be a great service for you to get. But if it is, we're going to go to the next step. So the next step is, okay, let's now talk about the maintenance of this particular service. So if they wanted to get a gel manicure, you would tell them, hey, with your gel manicure, you can expect a life expectancy of about 10 to 14 days, sometimes longer. Hopefully you're going to be wearing gloves, using cuticle oil, keeping your hands moisturized, and staying away from harsh chemicals. They'll be like, yes, no, okay. You explain that to them. And then you'll tell them that we need to schedule an appointment before you leave for your maintenance visit. And they'll say, okay. And then you'll tell them what type of maintenance they need to do at home. Everything is good. We can go wash our hands now. We're going to go wash our hands. While you're washing your hands, you're still engaging with the client. You're still saying, like, did you have a hard time finding us today? You've talked about their favorite colors, if they're getting any type of design, what they have in mind. Remember, you are building a relationship. If you are not a very social person, I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit harder for you to engage with clients and for clients to feel comfortable referring people to you, because remember, this may be the only luxury that they afford themselves, and you don't even want to talk to them. Like, no, that's not going to work. I also want to say to you, the entire time that they're sitting at your station after you've washed your hands, you want to be educating them. You want to be telling them that, hey, I'm using, a fresh file with every client. You want them to see you using a fresh file. You want them to see you using a fresh brush. You want them to see you using a fresh buffer. And then in that head, they'll plant a seed with them that you are a very clean and conscious and professional nail tech. So that is something that's like super important. I would say, in my experience, people would always say, oh my God, you use a new file every time? Yeah. And so that also will help them to understand why you charge what you do, because you're using like fresh new products every time. Of course, a clean towel with every client, a clean paper towel. All of these things go into the cost, but it helps the client understand why you charge what you charge. And then in their minds, they'll also think about the salons that don't do that and why they charge what they charge. Right? It's gonna like set you apart from everyone else. So now you've gotten through your service, you've educated your client the entire way. Now you're at the point where you're done. You've applied cuticle oil. You've talked to them about rebooking their next appointment before they leave. Not, oh, I'll call you the next time. The entire time you've talked to them about the importance of their maintenance appointments, the importance of staying on a schedule for the service that they want. That will guarantee that this person will be back. So one of the ways that I used to do it is, let's just say if a person likes coming at 10 o'clock on a Thursday and they've come to you, you can say, hey, does 10 o'clock on Thursdays usually work for you? They'll say yes. You'll say okay. And you'll say, okay, well, I'll go ahead and put you in for 2 weeks from today on Thursday. Does that work for you? And typically they'll say yes. If they say they're not sure, they don't know their schedule, what you could also say to them is, it's easier for you to cancel an appointment or move an appointment if you have one versus waiting until Wednesday, 2 weeks from today, and ask, can you come tomorrow? Because you already know that you're going to need them done. So it's just a matter of you being a little more assertive if you are not assertive. But remember, this is your career and this is your business. So you're going to have to be more assertive. I don't want to say aggressive, but you definitely want to be assertive with your clients and letting them know what is required for them to maintain this service. I hope that this information was helpful for you. Remember that you are the professional, so you want to like, share, follow, comment, and let everybody know that Buff Beauty Academy YouTube is where they need to be sharing all of their content, okay? So I'll look forward to seeing you soon. And remember, Buff Beauty Academy on Instagram is Buff Beauty Academy NC. On Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter is Buff Beauty Academy. If you have any questions, drop them below. Any comments, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you've done this and how this works for you. I'd love to hear like different examples of how this works. And if there's anything that you need from me, you can always email me at buffbeautyacademy@gmail.com. Again, this is Miss Chris. Thank you for watching our YouTube, and I'll talk to you soon.